Hey guys, what's going on? It's your girl Tally, back again with another video for you guys. Lately I just haven't had the time to really sit down at home and do a video. I just been on the go like all the time, and it's been crazy. But I'm also appreciative, it's a lot to manage, but I'm still appreciative, because hey, that means that I'm being productive, right? Um, so yeah, what it is that, sorry, but what it is that, yesterday, uh, yesterday, I'm gonna call her back. My friend's calling me. I'm calling her back. Yesterday, I was making a video to post, and I was so tired because I left work. It's hard for me to get good sleep right now at this point because I used to work overnight, and now that I work a basic 9 to 5, it's hard for me to sleep at night right now because I worked overnight for like the past year. And so I'm going to work. I'm tired. I'm tired as can be. Like eyes about to close. I'm getting off of work tired. And then I still have to go to the gym, and I still had to cook, and I still had to do homework. And I actually wanted to do, to do my little side hustle after all of that too. And I'm like, yo, I have all this to do, and I'm like, oh my God, like, can I even do all this? Will I be able to even do all of this? And for some miracle, I was able to immediately get dressed to go to the gym because I got home. I didn't have any time. I had to immediately get dressed if I wanted to make the gym, my usual class. I had to immediately get dressed, and I got dressed out of, like, miraculously. When I say miraculously, I mean miraculously, because I was so tired. So I made a video on the way to the gym, and I was like I was all down. My tone was all the way low, and I was just talking. I was like, listen, if you thought motivation, I was talking about how motivation is not the only thing you need, which is true, but I was just so like downtrodden. My energy level was so down, and it could have been at a point where it was even discouraging a little bit. And I was gonna make a video about that, like, yo, if you want to do anything in your life, you just gotta push forward and do it. It's not the motivation that's going to take you through, it's the discipline. But I was saying all that, and even though a lot of that is true, my energy level was down. Like, it was like a very, like, probably a discouraging video, you know what I'm saying? I try to make very encouraging videos here, but that video, it was just like me talking from my tiredness, basically. But let me tell you this. Tell me why on the day that I am dog tired, like I really should have just went home and passed out. Like, I probably shouldn't have been driving to the gym. That's how tired I was. Tell me, at the same time I get to the gym, and I ended up getting there a little bit early. And this is my Zumba class. And then because I got there early, I finally got a front row spot. And at my Zumba class, people be trying to kill you for them front row spots. Like, people be trying to fight people about them front row spots in Zumba. But I got there early enough that I was able to get a front row spot. Of course, people had an attitude with me because I got that spot, and I'm in the front of the class. And when I tell you I kill it, when I tell you I kill it in that front row spot, like, for the past couple weeks in Zumba's been great. Don't get me wrong. Zumba has been great, but at the same time, I haven't been putting all my everything into it because I'd be in the back and I'd be tired. But today, when I'm like the tiredest can be, probably was not about to even show up, I get a front row spot. So I feel like front row has a responsibility to keep up more than any other spots, right? And then I get into the front and I kill it, and I just mess it up. I'm in the gym messing it up, bro. I'm just killing it. And I'm like, how on the day that I'm the most tired, how on the day where I shouldn't even came, that's the level of tired I'm on. A day that, if anybody felt this way, if they said, okay, I'm gonna skip this gym day, it would have been warranted. Like, it shouldn't be a problem if they say, on this day I'm gonna skip the gym, because that's how tired I was. Like, don't even blame you if you skip on a day. If you're as tired as I was, I don't even blame you if you skipped the gym. But on the day that I was that tired, that's the day I go into that class and I kill it the hardest. That's the day that I coincidentally end up finding a front row spot and ended up killing it. So what does that tell you? What does that tell you, people? It tells you, I'm not even going to upload the discouraging video of me just energy low, just telling you guys, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to upload that because nobody needs to hear that. Because the crazy thing that happened, the exciting, miraculous thing that happened, is on the day where you're most tired and you decide not to give in, and you decide to keep going, and you decide to do it, even, and make the sacrifice, even though your body is like shutting down. On the day you decide to do that, that's the day, that could be the day, maybe it's not always the day, but that could be the day that you kill it the hardest. And this doesn't have to be just an exercise. This could be whatever you showed up for, that you was going to be like, you know what? I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to call out of work. I'm not going to go to school. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to work on my business. I'm not going to work on my craft. It really be the day where, if you decide to skip it, you would feel comfortable skipping it, because you understand that I'm really tired. I really have, that's an excuse. That's a good excuse to skip it. Because if you're as tired as I was, I believe that's a good excuse for anybody to skip, you know? So it be those days where you go above and beyond, when you just feel like throwing in the towel, when you should feel like going to sleep. It be those days that you go the hardest. It be those days that something happen where you tear it up the hardest. So what does that show you again? That means there are certain times, okay, where you may not feel like doing something. You may not feel like putting the work in, but it's that day that's gonna show you what you are made of. It's that day that's gonna show you that you have more in you than you think. Because I thought I was gonna show up to that class. I didn't get no sleep last night. I thought I was going to show up to that class and just be in the back and just do a little 1-2. First of all, I didn't even think I was going to go. I thought I was going to go home and take a nap. Okay, and that's terrible for me to take a nap right after work, because if I take a nap right after work, wake up and do things, I won't be able to go to sleep again, and I'll end up staying up all night, and I'll be in the same predicament that I am in right now anyway. But I didn't even feel like going. I was not even going to go. I ended up dragging myself to actually put gym clothes on me. So once you put your gym clothes on, you feel better about going to the gym. So I go into my car. I'm driving to the gym. I'm telling you, I'm on the way driving to the gym. I still feel like turning the car around and going home. I get to the gym. It's crazy that I found a front row spot, because I ended up getting there a little early. So I ended up actually finding a front row spot. So I usually want the front row spot, but like I told you, these girls be ready to tussle over those front row spots. So I said, hey, y'all can have it. But I find one, and I kill it. I'm in the gym, keeping up with all the dances, going hard, because there's a difference. You could be not doing the dance, not keeping up, or you could be keeping up but not going full out, not like really like pushing yourself. But I'm in there actually with the energy in me, pumping it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really trying to get to the point. But in there, pumping it. And what did that go to show me? I still had more left in my tank than I thought I did. So what does that show you? That shows you that even on the days that you think you're done, you don't have nothing left in you, no gas left in you, that you have more left in you. There's more. You don't even know what you're made of. I didn't even know I had that in me. So that means you don't even know what you are made of. You don't even know what you are made of until you stretch yourself, until you make some type of sacrifice where you have to go above and beyond, where you have to stretch yourself to an uncomfortable point, because it was uncomfortable for me at that point to still make it to the gym. So you have to stretch yourself to an uncomfortable point, a point that you never thought you would stretch yourself to. And once you make that happen, you're gonna find out what you made of. You're gonna find out that you have more in your tank than you ever thought you did. You're gonna find out that you're stronger than you ever thought you were. You had more endurance. You just had more. You're gonna find out the level of endurance you have. You're gonna find out how strong you are. You're gonna find out how capable you are. What's really in your ability to get it done. And every time you see you're going up. But every time you look at it, you say, okay, this is another level. This is another level of ability. This is another level of capability. This is another level of strength. This is another level of steadfastness. This is another level of discipline. This is how you find out what you are made of. That's why I'm gonna name this video, what are you made of? This is how you find out. How you find out what you made of is you have to take a day where you have to take a day, or you have to take advantage of the day where you feel like, and I don't want to be late. Okay, you have to take advantage of a day where you feel like you ain't got nothing left in the tank. You feel like you're done, like you don't have nothing left to give, nothing left to sacrifice, and you got to take that day and you got to go one step further. One step further. Do something that is one step further. And when you do something, when you do something that is one step further, it's gonna show you what you are really made of. It's gonna show you how much strength that you really have. It's gonna show you all of that. It's gonna show you all of that. So don't take those days for granted. Don't take those days for granted, and use it to prove to yourself that you really could do this, that you really got this. Like, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard for me, because the gym that I was going to in particular, yesterday, it's 30 minutes away from my house. So, and I have a gym, my usual gym that I usually go to, that's 5 minutes away from my house. But the class I want to take is about 30 minutes away from my house. So it's a lot. It's a lot to have to get dressed, make that sacrifice to drive all the way there. Like, it's a lot. It's really above and beyond. It's really a couple steps over, stretching me way more than I wanted to be stretched, more than I felt like I could be stretched. But when I made that stretch, it proved something to me. And that's the whole point of it. It's going to prove something to you. It's going to prove that you are more than able to accomplish the things that you set out to accomplish, that you are able to go above and beyond, that you have more strength and endurance in you than you think. And we need endurance for this world. To make it in this world, to accomplish your goals, one thing I see that you need for real is that endurance to make it through the tough times, to keep going when things don't seem like they moving, to keep putting that effort when you're getting minimal return. Like, you need that endurance. And in working out, the only way, with different coaches, like virtual coaches and everything, the only way to get more endurance is to push yourself past your comfortable point. The only way to take your endurance to the next level is to push past that uncomfortable point. And I know everything about it because I used to be a jogger, and I used to jog 6 miles nonstop. The only way, people keep calling me, the only way to jog 6 miles nonstop is to well, I didn't start by jogging that. I used to jog a mile, then I jogged 2 miles, then I jogged 3 miles, then I jogged 4 miles. And then every time, every extra mile that you put on there, it's a challenge for you. You have to challenge yourself, and it's gonna hurt, and it feels uncomfortable, and you feel like you want to stop, and you feel like your lungs is about to rip, like your whole chest about to rip open. But as soon as you push past that, you push past it once, then you push past it again, and then it starts to be a little bit more comfortable each time you feel strong. You feel like, okay, I could do this. You motivated to do this because you've done it once. It was about to rip your whole chest up, but you do it again, and it's better. You do it again, it's a little better, and then all of a sudden you find out you run 6 miles nonstop. That's how you get your endurance up. So the only way is to make it to that spot, that threshold where your body telling you to no, your body telling you to stop. And I'm not just talking about exercise. I'm talking about anything you want to accomplish in life. All right. There's always a threshold where your mind is telling you to stop. I can't do this, because your mind is made to want to preserve itself. Your mind is made to want to keep you safe and preserve itself. So when you're doing anything that's tough or hard, or feels like it's too tough for your body, your mind trying to protect you is going to tell you to stop. It's going to tell you, no, okay, no, we got to stop. But because you know that you're capable of more and you can do more, because you know that, you have to not listen to your mind. You have to not listen to your mind and go past the point of your mind telling you to stop. And when you go past that point, that's when that endurance goes up. That's when you're able to, that's the part that people don't even get to, but that's the part you need to get through so you can make it through. So you can make it through and accomplish what you need to accomplish. Because you are capable. You are capable. When your mind tells you to stop, be like, no, I could keep going. I could go. I could do this. I could do this. And you're going to find out your body follows suit. And like I said, I'm not just talking about exercise. I'm talking about whatever you want to do. There's going to be a point that it gets so tough that you're like, oh my God, I got to stop. Oh, I got to quit. I'm done. And then, but if you make it past that point, that's going to be the part where your mind goes on overdrive. That's going to be the part where you feel strong enough. That's going to be the part where you feel like you could really do this. And in exercise, we also call that a high. There's a high that I get also when I'm cycling. When I'm cycling on the bike, I get a high. Like when I push past that part where my mind tells me to stop and I don't stop and I keep going, I get high. And I feel like at that point, I feel like I'm going into overdrive and I could really do this. And I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm hitting on the highest level in myself. I'm hitting the highest standard, the highest level in myself. That's really how I know how to explain it to you guys. But that's what I want to say. You got to push past that level to find out what you made of, what you could really do, and to really see the goals be accomplished that you set out to accomplish. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for less. Settling for less is stopping when your mind tells you to stop. Settling for less is stopping even before your mind gets to that point where it tells you to stop. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for less. You deserve better. The reason you push past that point is because you know you deserve better. The reason you push past that point is because you know once you do this, you're going to feel better about yourself. The reason you push past that point is because you have some kind of inkling that maybe you do have more, that you can do this. That's the reason you push past, that you want to see this. You put everything you got into it. Oh man, I'm preaching. You put everything you got into it. That's the only way, guys. That's the only way. Whatever you want to make it out of, whatever new endeavor you want to embark on, anything you want to overcome, that's how you do it. You have to push past the mind. The self-preserving, the self-preservation. You have to push past that stuff in your mind and get to the other side of it. And that other side is where the good things happen. All right. Now, let me go into work. Okay. Everybody done pulled up here today. Both my coworkers done pulled up. And, yeah. So, and they see me talk over here to y'all. And I'm like, ugh. But I'll see you guys later. All right. Have a good day.